Professor Mirza, what is your immediate reading of this decision?
I think that that's a good idea that the National Institute of Health is conducting these trials, because in our previous program, when we were talking about the time it takes to synthesize this vaccine, we also talked about different ethnicities, and it should be tested in different genders, ethnicities, and different age groups. So if we are the recipients of this vaccine, if we are to receive this vaccine at some point in time, I think it is important that it should be tested in our population. So I would think of it as a good step towards launching the vaccine. Pre-launch of this vaccine does require some human studies, and I would think that it will be good for Pakistan if Pakistanis are to receive this vaccine at some point in time.
Right. The program that you mentioned, in that program, we had also discussed that vaccines take a long time, almost a decade. Now, given that, do you think that is this a rush job, or is it, does the timeline make sense?
I think it is moving a little bit faster. But to their defense, they are using a technology that they had already used for their previous vaccine. So I think they're pretty confident about the stuff that they're using, about the methodology that they're using. The only thing that is different is that they're putting a different construct in it. So instead of using common cold, they're putting a spike protein from coronavirus into it. And because this is an established technology, and they have previously used it and they have tested it, the whole issue of using newer methods or newer technologies and the fear that it might not work and the fear that it might not be safe for people has already been taken care of. So I personally think that it is still a little bit faster. I think they should have taken a little bit more time to test it in maybe cell lines or in maybe different populations like animals or not just cell lines, but in other live models before they put it in human. But I think they're confident because they have used this model previously as well, that this is going to work in human. And then they have opened it for their army. So they have already injected it in their army or vaccinated their army. So I'm sure that they have a lot of data on how those people reacted to the vaccine. So I would say that given the need and knowing that this technology is something that they already had and they're just building up on this technology, I would say that time is still short. It's kind of tight. So my honest response will be that it's a very dicey situation.